Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope you're doing well. It's time for another This Week in Fragrance. Got some new upcoming releases to talk about from Yves Saint Laurent, kind of Christian Dior, Lacoste, Issey Miyake, and Tommy Hilfiger. And I think I speak for everybody here when I say, hopefully they're actually released in the US soon. That would be nice. Because of this whole supply chain issue, a lot of these releases are being announced and then taking a while to come out in Europe, and then they finally come out, and then months later, we're sitting here in the US just kind of twiddling our thumbs like, that new 1 million Acqua di Gio, anybody? No? Okay. So let's jump into it, guys, and go over some upcoming releases that we in the US can look forward to smelling maybe in like 5 months. I'm just playing about that. Hopefully it doesn't take 5 months, but if it did, part of me wouldn't be surprised. Let's go ahead and kick things off talking about the new Tommy Hilfiger Impact Spark. Now I've got both of the Tommy Hilfiger Impact fragrances that have come out so far, the original Impact and then Impact Intense. Gotta say Impact Intense, really, really good. The whole gimmick with this fragrance line is that the cap, as long as you get a 100 ml size bottle, 50 mils don't come with this, but the cap has within it a little travel spray. Kind of cool, kind of gimmicky, but still cool. Tommy Hilfiger Impact Spark. This fragrance is for people with limitless imagination who dare to dream and realize themselves. It captures the energy of a great idea that is just emerging, hence Spark. This one has a really busy top. It's got bergamot, lemon, bitter orange, green fig, and violet leaves, then a mid of spiced cardamom and green tea, and a base of akigala wood, amberfix, sandalwood, and cedar. Now, truthfully, Tommy Hilfiger has not been a brand that I've looked forward to their releases in a long time. Most of the stuff that they put out ends up being just kind of TJ Maxx, Ross, Marshalls throwaway stuff. You know, completely fine for 20, 25 bucks, but not really stuff that you're gonna wanna smell over and over and over again, unless you're just a younger guy wanting something cheap that you can kind of spray on and go. But that did change with Impact Intense. Like I said, this stuff is actually really good. So I'm completely hyped for them to keep building this line of fragrances and hopefully putting out more scents that are really good quality in the line. And this note breakdown actually sounds pretty cool. Spiced cardamom, green tea, bunch of different citruses, fig, violet, and then a lot of woods. I mean, I don't know about you, but I want to check it out. Now let's hop right through the new Lacoste. This is Lacoste Live Eau de Toilette, and it seems really strange to me because this is being presented as a flanker to the 2014 release with a new formulation. That 2014 release, of course, is Lacoste Live. It came in a bottle that looks like this, and actually I think this stuff is really good. Some people online don't like it as much, but I think it's great, actually, especially for the price. But interestingly, this new Lacoste Live, the bottle looks nothing like this. It actually looks like the old Lacoste Essential bottle. So it's kind of weird. It's a flanker that's actually not really a flanker. It's just a reimagining of this fragrance put into a bottle that looks like this fragrance. Lacoste Live Eau de Toilette, an addictive cocktail of lime, licorice, and sandalwood for a man who makes his unique style his personal signature. This one has a top of lime and saffron, a mid of green leaves and aquatic fresh notes, and a base of licorice, sandalwood, and gaiac wood. I imagine a lot of people are not going to be looking forward to this one quite as much, again, because it's in this style bottle, but it's a reimagining of this one, and this one wasn't a big hit anyway, so it's just kind of a weird fragrance to be putting out there, frankly, because it's not part of their L1212 line, not part of their Match Point line. It's just kind of this random scent coming out. I'll absolutely get it, though, because, like I said, I'm one of the few people out here championing this one, and if it improves on this, I'll be here for it. Let's talk about the new YSL next. This is the new l'Homme flanker, YSL l'Homme Eau de Parfum. YSL comes out with La Nuit de l'Homme and l'Homme flankers like nobody's business. Seems like you're gonna get one every year for each one of those lines, l'Homme and La Nuit de l'Homme. That's how it feels. And YSL seems pretty quick to turn and burn those flankers. Basically, they put it out. If it doesn't take off right away, they're like, okay, forget that one, on to the next one. And it's fostered this kind of feeling among people that when a new YSL LHomme or Lanvin LHomme flanker comes out, most of the time, people kind of step back and wait. They're like, I don't know. You've come out with so many that I didn't love or I didn't like or whatever, that I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait and see how this one is. YSL LHomme, the new eau de parfum by Yves Saint Laurent, embodies the magnetism of l'homme in a new syrupy and sophisticated signature. Like a liqueur, the fruity essence of bitter orange goes perfectly with the infusion de bois de Chine, this new ingredient distilled from oak shavings from barrels made in cognac, brings roundness and power to the captivating trail of this new eau de parfum. So this one has a top of bitter orange and bergamot, a mid of geranium and lavender, and a base of oaken barrel, vetiver, and cedar. Now, you may be saying to yourself, oaken barrel. How does that smell exactly in a fragrance? Like, what is that? Well, oak, the way that it's presented in fragrances typically, is a semi-smoky woodsy note. And given that this is an eau de parfum flanker and they give it this kind of ambery coloration as far as the fragrance goes, I would imagine it is going to have a light, smoky, boozy flavor or scent to it. Because even though they don't have an official boozy note in the fragrance, like they don't have an official rum note or whiskey note or whatever, at least as of now, who knows, maybe when it comes out officially and it's released everywhere, they will drop one of those in there. You know, sometimes you'll see note breakdowns change from when it's first announced to when it's put on sale. But anyway, they do make reference to that liqueur, and they make sure to say that these are oaken barrels of cognac, you know, so I would expect that this is going to have a boozy sweetness that runs through the whole thing. As well, that would make sense because they reference the fragrance being syrupy, like syrupy, boozy sweet. It is a little interesting to see the note breakdown and think to myself, yeah, it sounds like a great fall and possibly wintertime fragrance. And then we're about to head into spring in North America. We're not there yet, but March is right around the corner. Regardless of that, though, of course, I'm going to get it because like every single LHomme and Lanvin LHomme flanker that comes out, I have to pick it up. And sometimes they're actually really surprisingly good. Lanvin LHomme Bleu Electrique, love that fragrance. LHomme Ultime, I love that one. So we'll see. Now the new-ish, not really, but kind of Dior, which is Dior Homme Cologne 2022. Or at least I imagine that's what people are going to be calling it from this point going forward. Pure and demanding. Dior Homme Cologne reflects a quest for fine quality ingredients. Its enveloping trail has all the casual charm of a timeless white shirt. Dior Homme Cologne represents the elegance of simplicity. It's an intimate scent just for you. For this fragrance, Dior revisits the freshness of eau de cologne around grapefruit blossom, refining and imbuing it with a musky sensuality. No breakdown here, bergamot, grapefruit blossom, musk. Super simple. Now, with this fragrance, essentially what they're doing is they're taking Dior Homme Cologne and putting it into a new bottle, which matches their current Dior Homme bottles. So this is how Dior Homme Cologne did look, and they're bringing it in line to look like Dior Homme Intense and Dior Homme 2020 now look. The question here, of course, is the fragrance going to smell the exact same as it did before? Presumably, the answer is yes. That being said, you never really 100% know until you get the fragrance in your hand, and then you can give it a spray and a smell and compare it side by side. So we'll see how Dior Homme Cologne is with the new 2022 rebottling. Now, last but not least, we've got from Issey Miyake, Eau and Cedra. Maybe I pronounced that right, maybe I didn't. Like a powerful call of nature, an accord of grapefruit nuanced with cardamom and green cypress spreads at the top. This burning freshness takes flight, while the cedar appears with all its power and its roots in the earth. The majestic wood, both reassuring and rough, is intoxicated with the cologne accord, a synthetic molecule that embodies the fluidity of water. The cedar becomes more ductile, more transparent, and also more sensitive, as if it were coming to life. Other woody notes add body to this majestic forest: vetiver, elegant and delicate, and patchouli, deeper, an ode to a new captivating and subtle virility. So here we've got a top of grapefruit, cardamom, and cypress, mid of cedar and cologne, and then a base of vetiver and patchouli. this looks like it's following in the footsteps, you know, the follow up, you could say, to Wood in Wood, which I've got right here. And actually Wood in Wood, I think is fine. It's not really a woodsy scent, so a lot of people don't like that about the fragrance very much. If you advertise it as Wood in Wood and you make the cap wood as well, probably should be a pretty woodsy fragrance. Just saying. If you name a fragrance citrus and citrus, and then when you spray it on, there's not really any orange, bergamot, lemon, lime, or any other citrus note there that you can pick up discernibly, people are probably not going to be super pumped about that. So that's Wood in Wood, but this new one, it looks like it's going even further to the fresh side of things and kind of trying to take that woodsy feeling and let you know right from the beginning, hey, this is a fragrance that's very fresh and aquatic and lively. And yeah, there's also some woods there. So we'll see how this one goes. But for me, Issey Miyake is better with their cool weather fragrances. Those ones always seem to be above and beyond what they do with their warm weather fragrances. So even though I don't think it's going to be up to par with their deeper, richer offerings, I'm still holding out hope that it's going to be a really nice kind of change of pace, everyday wear, spring and summer scent. And that one is going to wrap up this week in fragrance. As I mentioned, hopefully we'll get these in the US sooner rather than later, but man, it's taken a while to get these new ones now. Let me know in the comments which of these you're most excited to try. As always, thanks for hanging with me. Thanks for your support. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.